we're going to speak about why certain people care about something which is, from an outside perspective or from your perspective, so minute. Minute meaning small. So there's this saying which I've seen, right? It's like people literally have to give a fuck about something. Excuse my language, but I will be dropping that line here and there. So, as I was saying, if you notice, there's a lot of people that you may see around you who care about things which you think to yourself is so pointless or irrelevant or whatnot. I'll give you this example, but it's not to be rude or, how do I say, belittling anyone. But for example, what you notice with a lot of elderly people is they really enjoy gardening and stuff like that. So, for example, if you go step on their grass and you mess that up, they're gonna give you an earful because that's what they give a fuck about. So that's just an example. So you may find that a lot of people care about certain things which you see as completely irrelevant or pointless. So, for example, in my current life, what I care about is my physique. But there's certain people in the world who look at me like they just could care less about their physique. Like they may prioritize, let me see, the car that they have, the house that they have, something. Everyone has to give a fuck about something, even you. There's certain things that you care about, which another person simply wouldn't understand. And that is why you find that people care about the most random things, which you think to yourself, like, who would even care about that? But realistically, we care about certain things which no one else could fathom why we care about that. Now, for example, myself, I care about my ability to present myself in a manner of which I am best representative of the person that I would like to become. Certain people would say that's not for them and they'd rather be perceived however they are perceived. I want to say that I care about what people perceive me as, per se, but it's like I want to portray the best version of myself that I can for myself. And like the way this idea comes from me is why do I care about this is I'm thinking very far ahead. I'm not sure if this is something that's good or bad. Like when I become a father, a dad, right? I want to be the best version that I can possibly be so that my children have a good reference point of what is possible and beyond possible, forget even the word possible. If I can achieve something like that, they can achieve so much more. I just want to make sure that they have the correct set of beliefs which allow them to pursue a life where they are content and happy with wherever they end up. So the only way I can provide that is by doing that. I don't want to become a parent where, or a dad, for example, where they can't respect me because I'm not even living a life which they would want to live. As deep as that sounds, or as shallow as that could possibly sound, I'm not sure if it's shallow. I don't think it's shallow. Like, I don't want my children to look up to me and be like, I would not want to be in your position. Because that just means I'd not live my life to my fullest potential. That's how I feel about it. So, as we were saying, people care about certain things which we cannot understand. Like, what you may see is I worked in retail for quite a large portion of my life. It's not that long, but large portion of my working life, let's say. I've been working from 16. So I'm currently 22. So from 16 till about 21, I was working all retail customer facing jobs. And what you'd find is that people would come not even for help. You'd find this especially with elderly people that don't really have a lot of people to conversate with. It's kind of sad. Like they'll conversate and they'll literally just conversate with you, or they'll always have some sort of minute problem, but you know what the real thing is. They're just looking for a person to conversate with because they haven't really had that time from, I guess, their family or anyone significant to give them that appreciation of just a conversation. Like a simple conversation goes a very long way. just asking people how they've been, just asking about their life, like it goes a long way. So next time you speak to someone, anyone, just show genuine interest. Like I always find it very interesting to just find out people's like life story if they're willing and comfortable to speak about that. If they're not, that's cool. Really ain't a problem. But find out what they care about, because you'll find out that people can care about a lot of different things. I'll tell you a very cool story. I used to work in a mobile phone shop, and I was met by what appeared to be quite a grumpy customer. That was the initial reaction I had. But by the end of it, he was so cool, and he was a bit older. He was an older gentleman, and what he goes to me is he bought like the latest phone at that current point in time. I think it was like the latest iPhone or Google Pixel. I'm not sure which one it was, but all I know is he said, "I'm gonna die anyway, so I might as well just buy what I want to buy." And I'm just like, that is such a gangster mindset. Like you can't help but respect that. And the thing is, ever since that point, anytime I see him, we kind of had like this, I guess, mutual respect, right? Like energy goes a long way. They can feel your energy towards them. You can feel their energy. Like completely changed. He went from this person who also was like some sort of like grumpy, upset about it, to just a genuinely happy, positive guy. And it was mind blowing, to be honest with you. I found that very cool, and that stuck in my mind. And just even what he said, I feel like I still replay that in my mind because there's certain times where I'll be looking at certain things. And I'm like, you know what? It's really not that deep. If I want it, I'm gonna get it. And if it's something monetary, like money is always gonna be made again. Like don't lose sleep over money. Like there's certain mindset shifts that I've had in the last couple years, which have honestly transformed just my mental state. Like I'm so grateful to certain people that have been in my life because they've instilled certain values and just core beliefs, which have completely changed my whole outlook on life. And just a side note, one thing that I've been really realizing lately is just the world is just beautiful. Like, I be driving right now, and I can just look around myself, and I can just take in the fact that the natural beauty is just crazy. Like, I just like looking at the sky, but the sky ain't looking great right now, but the trees are looking quite nice. Like, autumn, I love autumn. The trees just look very nice. Like, it's just a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just a random point, to be honest. But back to video. Why do people care about minute things? It's because that's all they have to care about. For example, as you get older and you have less responsibility, you need to find something to feel responsible for. For example, certain people will be drawn towards a movement of some sort, even if they are not affected by the backlash or consequences or whatever that movement is, because it allows them to feel a part of something and they feel a sense of purpose. That's what it really comes down to. It's that sense of purpose and duty to something, to a greater cause. It makes you feel like life's worth living. Like, for example, like you could be growing the best flowers in your neighborhood, and that could make you feel like you're on top of the world. But to a teenager, they'll be like, them flowers ain't mean shit. But to that old man that grows them, he's proud of it. And you can't knock it because it definitely takes some genuine effort, discipline, and a certain level of knowledge to be able to do what he's done. That's why people care about things which people just can't seem to comprehend. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. Subscribe if you want to see my face. If you don't, you're going to see my face regardless. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video.